Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm your host, Winnie.
And I'm Matt.
And today we are continuing our The Fox and the Grapes Part 2 fable. Speaking of fables, do you have a favorite fable?
Yeah, I do have a favorite fable. It's another one of these Aesop's fable, and it's the ant and the grasshopper.
Oh, what happens in that one?
Well, that's where the grasshopper is lazy and the ant is hardworking. And then the ant prepares for winter and stores lots of food and makes sure he's ready for the winter, but the grasshopper does nothing. And when winter comes, it's cold outside and the grasshopper is so cold and hungry, and then he asks the ant for help and the ant helps him.
So your favorite part of the story is because the ant is so nice?
Well, I like the lesson that we can learn from the story, which is that you can just be lazy if you want and then ask for help from someone else, and that hardworking person will help you, so you don't need to work hard.
I don't think that's the moral of the story, but okay. Well, my personal favorite is The Tortoise and the Hare. I think most people know about that, but it's nice that we have all of our favorite fables because it's not just about the story, it really is about the lesson from these fables. So I am really interested in seeing what we can learn from this fox and these grapes.
Right, what will the lesson be from this fable today? So let's take a look now at The Fox and the Grapes, Part 2.
The fox moved back from the grapes. Then he ran toward them and jumped. Again, he didn't reach the grapes. However, that didn't stop the fox. The fox ran and jumped again. Then he tried other ways to get the grapes.
Hello everyone, today we're looking at part 2 of our fable, The Fox and the Grapes. So last time in part 1 we learned that there was a fox who was going for a walk in the woods, and by doing that he became very hungry and tired. So he looked for food and he found some grapes, but the grapes are on a high branch in a tree. So even though he stood under that branch and jumped to try to get the grapes, he missed them. So he didn't get the grapes.
Right, and that's understandable because that's a pretty tall distance. Yeah, and so he missed the grapes, and let's see what happens next. The fox moved back from the grapes. Okay, so he moved back. That means to step away. And obviously, I think once you kind of jump for something and realize you can't reach it, the next smart thing to do would be to back up and get a little running start and then maybe jump up. That's what I would do anyway.
Yeah, so he's moving away or back, moving away from the grapes to try and get, a better jump again at those grapes.
Right, and as a short person, I don't know about you, Matt, we need all the help we can get. So moving back it's a good tip.
All right. Okay, so then he ran toward them and jumped. So he ran toward the grapes and jumped. So instead of just standing under the grapes and jumping straight up, he's now trying something new, which is to run towards and then jump. So to run towards something means to run at a fast pace, or to move at a fast pace in the direction of something. So when we use toward, we mean we are moving in the direction of something. So if I walk toward the door, I'm walking in the direction of the door. I'm probably going to use the door.
Right.
So yeah, the fox is running towards these grapes because you can get a better jump when you run and jump.
I guess that makes sense. You don't see many basketball players in the NBA kind of just walking and then jumping towards the hoop. So yeah, maybe this will help. So let's see. Again, he didn't reach the grapes. Okay, so it didn't work. He didn't reach, which means to stretch out and to touch something, but in this case, he didn't meet it. He didn't touch the grapes. So it didn't work. He tried to move back, he tried to run towards it, and he still couldn't grab it.
All right, well, let's go to Tina.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字跟文法重点。 首先来看看单字的部分 reach 动词够到拿到 Mason stood on a chair to reach the cookie jar Mason 站在椅子上伸手去拿饼干罐我们再来看一下文法重点刚刚课文提到了 move back 往后退我们来看看这个例句 Please move back so others can see the screen 请往后退让其他人能看到萤幕下一个文法 run toward 跑向 run 指的是奔跑它的三态是 run, ran, run toward 指的是介系词意思是向朝我们来看看这个例句 The dog ran toward the ball in the yard 那只狗朝院子里的球跑去接着我们回到课文当中
All right, let's continue with this story. However, that didn't stop the fox. So that meaning that he missed the grapes, that didn't stop him, so he's not going to give up. The fox ran and jumped again.
Okay, he's a very good and persistent person, which means he really doesn't give up. Because for me, by that point, I would probably give up, especially if I don't have much energy.
Well, he must be getting close, I think.
Okay.
Because I think you wouldn't keep trying if it was like there's still a lot of distance to go. So I think he must be getting very close and just not quite getting it. So he's still believes that he can get those grapes.
Right. Like he knows he can do it. He just needs to try a few more times. Okay, well, let's see. Then he tried other ways to get the grapes. So last episode, you kind of touched on maybe he climbed a little bit and then jumped. I think that might be a good way to do it.
Be a good way to do it. Or, yeah, I don't know what kind of fox this is. Maybe he can use some tools. I don't know if this fox has any tools.
He's like a smart kind of,
Like
has a
throw a rope up there, get those grapes. Maybe, have a bird help him.
Oh, okay.
Many ways that he could, think of other ways other than trying to jump.
Okay, so he's going to call up his bird friends and say, hey, I need to borrow a ladder.
Maybe.
Okay, well, let's go to the second part of the story and we'll be right back.
Each time the fox failed, the grapes were just too high for him to reach. Now the fox was hot, tired, and thirsty, so he sat down. When he looked at the grapes above him, he felt mad and disappointed.
Welcome back. Before the break, the fox was still trying to get those grapes. So he had tried not just jumping from below them, but also taking a run toward the grapes and then jumping, but still the fox missed every time. So now he's going to try some other ways to get those grapes.
Yeah, so we touched on a little bit of what that could be, like maybe he borrowed a ladder, right?
He got a bird friend to help him.
Yeah, okay, so let's see. Each time the fox failed. The grapes were just too high for him to reach. Okay, so the ladder didn't work.
Each time the fox fails, that means so every time or each time, all of those times he didn't get the grapes. So that means, ladder didn't work. When he phoned his bird friend, the bird wasn't home. Maybe.
He failed, right? So to fail something means it just didn't work. It didn't pass. And for him, he must be getting really frustrated because he's thinking of every possible way to get these grapes. And I don't know about you, but if the more I can't reach something or the more I can't touch something, the more I want it.
That's true. Yes, the more you want something that you can't have. That's correct.
Right.
Now the fox was hot, tired, and thirsty. So he sat down. All right, so yes, I imagine from doing all of this work, from jumping and running and whatever other methods, climbing a ladder maybe. That would
Calling his bird friend.
Made him very hot. And now he's also tired and he's thirsty. And as you mentioned before, walking in the woods, you probably would get quite thirsty. So thirsty means having a strong urge or strong desire or want to drink something. So when you really want to drink something or you feel that you need to drink something, that means you are thirsty. So often when you do a lot of exercise, do some running, or maybe some jumping even, you will need to drink some water, and your body tells you that you need to drink water by giving you this feeling of being thirsty.
Right. Well, I don't know about the fox, but if it were me as a fox, I would start looking for maybe a nice refreshing river. Well, let's go see what Tina has to say.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 thirsty 形容词口渴的 After the long walk, Kevin was very thirsty. 走了很长一段路后 Kevin 非常渴。文法的部分刚刚提到了 A is to 加形容词加上 for B to 动词 A 对 B 而言太怎样以至于无法做某事 to 加形容词加上 to 加动词表示太怎样而无法做某事我们来看看这个例句 This box is too heavy for Lily to carry 这个箱子对 Lily 来说太重了搬不动接着我们回到课文当中
All right. When he looked at the grapes above him, he felt mad and disappointed. And that kind of makes sense because he's probably spent a long time trying to get something that he probably thought was easy for him to get, but he never expected it to be so hard. And of course, when we were talking about him looking at the grapes that were above him, it's kind of, the opposite of under, which is to be above something or over or up. So he was under the grapes, but the grapes are over him or on top of him. So in this case, he's just looking at the grapes and kind of feeling really annoyed that he can see it, but he just can't reach it.
So this also makes him feel mad.
Yeah.
So to be mad, well, mad means, in this case, the same as angry. When someone is mad about something, mad at someone, that means that they are angry with someone. They want to go, argh! So right now, the fox is looking at the grapes and he just feels this anger or he feels mad. Now, mad can also sometimes be used to mean crazy. So if someone's mind is not working right, you might also say that person is mad.
Right.
But when we use someone feels mad, that always means angry.
I mean, he's probably going a little mad too because he's just looking at these juicy grapes and he just can't reach them. Well, let's go to Tina.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 above 介系词在什么之上 The clock on the wall is right above the door. 墙上的时钟就在门的上方 mad 形容词气愤的Ben was mad because his brother broke his toy. Ben 很生气，因为他弟弟弄坏了他的玩具。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, well, I don't know how this story ends. I'm really rooting for him to reach those grapes, and I'm just picturing him just chilling and like lying next to a tree trunk and just popping grapes,
Just enjoying the grapes. So maybe the lesson of this story will be just don't give up, keep trying, and you will get those grapes.
Right, and if you really like grapes, you're gonna call that bird friend, you're gonna borrow a ladder, maybe befriend a squirrel, and hope that squirrel doesn't, steal the grapes.
Yeah, so I think, I hope our fox gets the grapes in the end.
I have high hopes, yeah, I'm excited.
All right, well, anyway, we're gonna have to wait until next time to find out. So now let's review the story again, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
The fox moved back from the grapes. Then he ran toward them and jumped. Again, he didn't reach the grapes. However, that didn't stop the fox. The fox ran and jumped again. Then he tried other ways to get the grapes. Each time, the fox failed. The grapes were just too high for him to reach. Now, the fox was hot, tired, and thirsty. So he sat down. When he looked at the grapes above him, he felt mad and disappointed.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 reach 动词够到拿到 ，thirsty 形容词口渴的 ，above 介系词在什么之上 ，mad 形容词气愤的。接着我们来看文法的部分 ，move back 往后退 ，Can you move back and give me some space？ 你可以往后退，给我一点空间吗 ？Run toward 跑向 ，The boy ran toward his mother when he saw her。那个男孩一看到他妈妈就朝他奔去。A is to 加形容词 for B to 加动词。A 对 B 而言太怎样，以至于无法做某事。This car is too expensive for me to buy。这台车太贵，我买不起。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，那我们下一次再见喽，拜拜。
Hey, 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 it's KiWi on the street. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie. And today we're doing laundry.
Hey, it's a good opportunity to talk about different types of clothing fabric.
A lot of people think that if you say, oh, I have a flannel shirt, it kind of has like this plaid design, but actually what you're talking about is the material that is flannel material. So it's thicker, it's warmer. Okay, we have one of my favorites. Yours too, actually.
Yes.
Some denim.
It's very, very durable. So a lot of people wear them to work.
Yeah. And last but not least, we have actually several options. We have chiffon, which is actually a personal favorite of ours.
It gives a casual look, but also kind of smart casual. So even if you went to a meeting, a business
dress it
meeting,
up.
right. Well, today we learned about lots of different types of fabrics, and different people have different preferences. Some feel that one type would be more comfortable on their body.
That is true. Well, that is all we have for today. Please follow us on Instagram and send us a DM or an email if there's something you want to say in English, but you just don't know how. Kiki, do you have anything else you want to say?
I don't think we're supposed to fold silk.
Kiwi later!